Hey guys, welcome back to Status Detail. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. We usually talk about our long form 30, 40 hour details with ceramic and polish and the whole 9 yards. Today we're going to talk about our maintenance details, or we like to call them annual or biannual maintenance details. So when we have a customer do a ceramic high-end detail, we usually have them come in for an annual or biannual maintenance detail. Just kind of depends how much they like to drive their car. So this Ferrari was actually not ceramic coated by Status Detail, but we can absolutely still do a maintenance detail on it because our maintenance details are pretty in-depth. They're a little different than most people's, idea of a maintenance detail, and we'll kind of talk about what we did to this car today, so you can kind of get an idea of what we do when we do a maintenance detail. So this car, as you can see, was relatively dirty. This shot here, you can actually see that there's quite a lot of dust kind of on this car. So this car gets driven a decent amount. It gets driven a lot, actually, for a Ferrari. And this fine dust that you see on top of the hood here is, really bad news for when you do the wrong process of washing a car, because those are the little pieces of dust and dirt that will give you the swirl marks. Like, those are the culprit, 100%. So when you do a bad wash process, or you skip a step because you want to do something fast to get the quick detailer out and just get the car quickly done in 20 minutes, that is the dirt that will destroy your paint. It'll give you swirl marks, and that's what you come to me for several $100s or even over $1,000 in paint correction. So we want to mitigate that stuff and make sure it's not there when we're washing it. So to wash this car, even though it doesn't look that dirty on the top facing surfaces, obviously the bottom surfaces by the wheels were pretty dirty. The car requires a full wash, and that's one of the biggest questions from our customers is going to be, how do I wash my car so I can do it quickly? And the answer to that question usually is you don't get to wash your car quickly if you want to have a car with no swirl marks in it. So this car got a full wash as part of its maintenance detail. Our maintenance details run from $250 to $350, and then they go a little higher than that depending on what you want to do. This car was around the $400 marker for maintenance, but we did some specialty things for it, which I'll try and jump into in this video. But yeah, we're also going to make a little bit of a video that's already in the works. I already filmed everything, just about the idea of when do you wash your car, when can you use quick detailer, when can you wash by just doing a rinse, foam, and then dry with air. That's a really important topic. It's basically our number one asked question by customers and by non-customers who are just curious how to take care of their car quickly. That will be a different video, but for the sake of this car, there was no fast way. There was no quick detailer that could be used. The car had too much dirt on it. Even though it looked relatively clean, it needed a full-blown wash with, it needed to be rinsed. It needed to be foamed. It needed to be washed with a wash pad and 2 buckets of rinse and a wash bucket and a rinse bucket. It needed another complete rinse after that, and then it needed to be blown dry. That's an entire start to finish proper wash. That's what you need to do when you see that level of dust basically on the car and you don't want to scratch anything or add a swirl mark. You can see on the final rinse here, once we do all those steps, that ceramic coating is alive again. It's beading really, really well. That's fantastic ceramic beading. This car has what I believe is Modesta ceramic coating on it, which is, like I said earlier, not a coating that I installed, but coating maintenance is coating maintenance. It's just a process that you have to do, and when you keep up with that coating will continue to look that good. I believe this coating is 2 years old, so we have really, really awesome water beading characteristics on a 2-year-old coating. If this car was not being washed properly, it was not getting annual maintenances, and wasn't getting the proper reapplications of something like CarPro Reload, that beading won't look like that. You have to maintain a coating. You can't just expect it to look like it did the day you picked it up if you do zero maintenance and go to a car wash. You can't pull that off. But again, we'll talk more about that in the other video. So you can see the whole car gets blown dry. We try to never touch the paint if we can avoid it. So you have to touch it when you're using a wash pad, but you can mitigate that by using very low pressure and really good soap. Outside of that, the car is almost never touched the entire time. We blow dry the car. Because the car has a coating on it, you can see it's very hydrophobic. Because the maintenance is being done, that hydrophobic characteristics are staying there, which makes it very easy to blow dry a car. At some point we'll try and make a video of us trying to blow dry a car with no wax on it. I mean, it's basically impossible. You basically can't dry it. You need to use towels in that case, and you got to drag the towels all over the paint, and that's never good. You want to avoid that at all costs, because that's where the swirl marks come in. So all the products that are being used in this wash process for this maintenance detail can be purchased on the car care store. For the most part, everything I'm doing here with the proper process, which we can go over further in other videos, the entire process, all the products, all of it can be bought on the car care store. All of this stuff can be done in your driveway. You absolutely don't need to come to me for this, but it is a very time-consuming thing, and there are some levels of skill, obviously, that go into doing a really high-level maintenance detail. So some people like to bring their car to us, but I'm 100% on the side of the customer of, like, you can do this stuff in your driveway with the products, and we would be more than happy to have you take care of your car at home versus come to us for the maintenance stuff. Our main primary service will always be high-end 30 to 40 hour details. That's what we focus on, and that's at least probably like 85% of the business. So you can see here the inside's pretty dirty as well. The leather is very shiny, right? So you can see the driver's seat is shinier than the passenger seat, obviously because the driver's seat gets used the most. The steering wheel is very shiny. The doors were very shiny. Like you also, you use the door sill area to kind of prop the door open when you're getting out, so you touched a lot. So that's going to cause more dirt. So you can see here that steering wheel is very dirty. You're going to have kind of a really cool before and after shot here. But this is Geon leather. We're going to make probably a separate video that'll go really into depth onto how to use Geon leather and the right process and how hard to scrub and all that kind of stuff. But just a brief overview. This is Geon leather getting very gently scrubbed onto the paint. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm being very gentle. I'm just letting the bristles do all the work for me. I sprayed Geon leather directly onto the brush and then onto the steering wheel, and then onto the brush onto the steering wheel. That helps the spray not get all over the place because you don't want to spend an extra 10 minutes cleaning all the spray up. You just want to clean the leather. So you'll see a before and after at the very end here already, right? You can see that's really matte. It looks really good, almost brand new. And that's what it was before. So it's 100% shiny, right? So you never want your leather to be shiny. Shiny leather just isn't good, right? When you buy your car and it's brand new, it's not shiny on the inside. It's all matte. On top of that, you have shiny leather usually means slippery leather, and I don't really want a slippery steering wheel in my car because I'd rather have a better grip. So when your leather is clean and it's matte, it's always going to have a better feel to it. It's going to feel new, but it's also going to feel more solid. You're not going to have it slipping in your hand. So on top of that too, and here's another before and after coming up, when you have dirty leather, there's literally dirt in the leather. Now, leather wear happens from dirt being in your leather and then your hands grinding that dirt into the leather. That's what degrades it. So when we clean the steering wheel often and we keep this matte look with no dirt, your leather actually won't degrade as fast. Here's the before and after here, 100% matte. Gloss. We have gloss again. Don't want gloss on our steering wheel. So the number one time you notice the leather wear is going to be on like seat bolsters and like door cards like this. So when that dirt is in there and you push your hand onto the door to open it, you're pushing that dirt into the leather. That's how you start to get those leather cracks, because that crack in the leather isn't actually happening from like what most people would think it's from like leather wear, right? But the leather wear is happening from dirt building up in those spots. And then when you get in and you rub your body against the bolster or you push your hand against the door, the force of you pushing your hand against it is basically pushing the dirt into the leather, and it basically acts like sandpaper. That is a friction that's causing leather degrading. So when we remove that dirt, when we do the leather cleaning, we actually stop that friction from happening because it's never there. So this is why leather cleaning is important, especially when you have a newer car, because if you can keep the dirt out of the surface, you will have no leather wear, virtually no leather wear. Obviously everything's going to wear over time, but we can always kind of mitigate these things to just make them not as bad. And this is the number one way to do it for leather. So when you clean your leather, you have just a more matte look, which is what we always want, but we also actually help it so it doesn't crack. Which is, on an older car that can be 10 to 15 years old, it can crack so bad that it can basically ruin the entire seat to the point where it needs to be reupholstered. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the cinematic intro. If you enjoyed that cinematic intro, and hopefully you'll enjoy this cinematic kind of outro, please give us a thumbs up. Please give us like a like on the video. Please give us comments below if we're on the right track and you like what you're seeing, because if we know you like it, we'll give you more of what you like. And if you like what you see, also give us a comment. Let us know that we're onto something. Let us know that you like the style that we're editing the videos in. I hope you like this kind of change of pace of kind of a smaller detail versus the huge details we usually do. I think we're going to do a little bit more videos where we talk about these smaller details because they're more approachable and they're things that you guys can do in your driveway. And I'm a super big fan of having you be able to do stuff in your driveway and pick up stuff from the store, because a lot of you guys aren't local, you're not in the Chicagoland area, and that's okay. I love for you to, to use stuff from our store and take our videos and knock out some really awesome detailing in your own driveway. So guys, like I said, if you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe and shoot us a comment below and let us know how we're doing. We'll see you in the next one.
Think about the shower when I see you.